Meet Carlos, a perfectly normal guy, with one not-so-normal habit. He reads way too much news. Every day, he's glued to his phone, devouring articles about the latest war technology, the Russia-Ukraine conflict, and most recently, the mysterious sightings of drones over US cities. His friends joke that he's a walking conspiracy theory, but Carlos is convinced drones are coming for us. One evening, Carlos is on his way home from work. He steps out of his car, his head still spinning with headlines like "Drones the silent threat above us" and "How to spot a drone before it spots you." As he fumbles for his keys, he hears it. A low, ominous buzzing sound overhead. His heart stops. "Carlos, oh my God, it's a drone. They're dropping a grenade," Carlos yells, dropping his keys and diving behind a bush like he's in a spy thriller. Carlos peeks out from his hiding spot, which, let's be real, is just him awkwardly squatting next to a garden gnome. The buzzing gets louder. His mind races. Is it armed? Is it one of those kamikaze drones from the news? Is this how it all ends? "Carlos, get down! Take cover!" Panicked, Carlos starts yelling commands to no one in particular. He tries to roll behind a parked car but trips over his own shoelaces. Finally, he works up the nerve to look up. The threat is directly above him. He braces himself for impact and sees it, a tiny, harmless drone with blinking lights. "Carlos, what the... Jimmy? Hi, Mr. Carlos. Do you like my drone?" It's his neighbour's kid, little Jimmy, proudly showing off his new Christmas gift. Jimmy waves from his balcony, the tiny remote control in his hands. Carlos freezes, realising what just happened. He slowly stands up, brushes off his pants, and tries to act casual, like he wasn't just rolling on the ground screaming about grenades. "Carlos, nice drone, Jimmy. Good work." As Carlos walks into his apartment, his face burning with embarrassment, he mutters to himself, "Carlos, I really need to stop reading the news." But then a thought creeps in. What if it really had been a terrorist drone? And so, for the rest of us who may actually face such a situation, here are some real-life tips Carlos wishes he'd known. Drones can do more than deliver Amazon packages or record TikToks. In the wrong hands, they can carry explosives, release harmful substances, or even cause physical harm with their high-speed rotors. Here's what you need to know. If you see a suspicious drone, don't overreact. Find cover in a solid structure like a building or a car. If you're out in the open, lie flat on the ground. Remember, you're not an action hero, and rolling dramatically like Carlos won't help. Some drones can carry grenades, release chemical agents, or even crash into targets like flying wrecking balls. If it's armed, you'll know. Trust us, it won't look like little Jimmy's toy. Let's say the worst happens. Here's what to do. If you lose a limb, apply a tourniquet above the injury to stop the bleeding. Burns should be cooled with clean water, not ice. And you need to get to a burn centre as soon as possible. For lacerations, apply pressure to stop the bleeding and seek medical attention. And if you're exposed to chemicals, rinse with lots of water and get to a hospital immediately. Contact law enforcement as soon as you're safe. Tell them everything you saw, size, shape, buzzing noises, and whether it looked like it wanted to ruin your day. Carlos learned this the hard way. Being informed is good, but living in constant paranoia is not. Educate yourself, but don't assume every buzzing sound is a drone attack. Sometimes it's just a kid living his best life with a toy from Amazon. Carlos may have overreacted, but his embarrassing moment reminds us to balance awareness with perspective. Drones are an incredible technology, but they can also pose risks in the wrong hands. The key is to stay calm, stay informed, and maybe, just maybe, read fewer headlines before bed. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. And remember, whether it's a buzzing drone or your neighbour's kid, life's too short to hide behind bushes. Stay safe, stay smart, and as Carlos learned, stay grounded.